just hearing that, I want to hear what you think about this. That's that Shade Room shit, bro. Like Shade Room has installed a virus into every woman's head that you could make sure they're good financially for life, but like they want some type of recognition or clout for whatever they want. Like they're
doing nothing.
Yeah,
because like literally, she hasn't did nothing.
So she wanted to expose you, even though you're taking care of her,
bro. The lady, remind you, I bought her a brand new Benz. She had she had a Rolex. I bought her a dime charm. My manager, Big Post, like, man, I was finna buy her like a $60,000 chain. He like, bro, don't buy her no chain. Get her ass like a fake chain. I'm like, a fake chain? Why? He was like, bro, trust me, don't get her a real chain. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, he got a chain right here. She just took it. But long story short, see, fast forward it, she ended up selling all her jewelry. To pay
everything you bought her, she sold.
Everything I bought her, she sold. So I wish I would have gave her a fake watch and a fake charm. You get it? See, my manager, I should have listened to him, bro. You feel me?
The only thing surprising because you were spending money on her.
See, this is the thing. You got to understand this. It's deeper than that.
I thought you were being cheap with her. Look, because every time I've been exposed, it's because girls don't get some shit.
Bro.
They're like, yo, I heard you bought this girl that and this girl that.
When I break this story down to you and you see how bad she messed up, you going, okay, let's just really get to the truth. The reason why I even started talking to her, because in 2015, I had to turn myself in 2016 to go to jail. She was a stripper / escort, right? / escort on sites and everything, right? But I'm like, okay, I got all these hoes, but she working, she doing this, she doing. So I really was talking about 4 or 5 girls before I turned myself in. The reason why I rocked out with her so hard, because she was the one visiting the most, bringing me cell phones, bringing cheeseburgers and shit like that into jail, going to the hotel. She was doing the most. So it's like your worker doing it. It's almost,
she was down for you.
That's it. That's the only, and I told her, I said, listen, I know you're being weird while I'm locked up. I got a cell phone in jail. People are calling me, telling me that you're doing weird shit.
Oh yeah, she probably fucking up.
Right?
But you're not tripping.
Of course. I'm like,
that gotta hurt.
Okay. At your lowest point, you fucking you doing this, you doing that. I'm hearing about house calls and weird shit. Like, I'm like, damn.
Wait, did you leave her with no money though? So if you went to jail and she ain't got nothing to do, maybe she are fucking some niggas.
No, this what I'm trying to tell you. So when I left, I'm just like, okay, cool. I had the best condo. She had money and all that. You got to remember this. She's brainless, so she don't know how to really manage money at all. Like you gotta, like when we done, I'm gonna break everything down to you. What's going on now? Why she's like poor now? So I'm telling her to do this, come up to jail, do that. You know what I mean? She's doing it or whatever. She always before I met her. Remind you, she had a daughter, but her first baby daddy, she was complaining to me about him treating her like she was like, well, you know, he's like my pimp. So I'm like, what? Then I thought of it as opportunity. I'm like, you know what? Shit, I could probably use this little bitch. You feel me too? Like, you know? So I'm like, all right, well, you know, I ain't trying to be on no, make her do this or make her do that. But shit, she can just, you know, come visit me and it's just another person to just talk to type shit. You know what I mean? So she's showing out better than the other girls, because everybody who
you upset that she's still fucking other niggas? Keep it on it.
What, was I upset that she was fucking niggas while I was locked up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I was sick. I'm like, damn, okay, bitch. Like,
okay.
Like this is because you locked up. Because you locked up. You like, damn. Like I told her, I'm like, damn, okay, this is how you try to play me, like type shit. Okay, cool. Because she didn't know I knew. Then she came up to jail crying and shit like that, talking about, well, you know, guess what? She started messing with a guy she met at the club. So the bitch, so much of an airhead, she fell in love with somebody who she met in the strip club.
No way.
Bro.
No, the strippers supposed to play the niggas in the club.
That's so now she's talking to him.
From Chicago?
No, she's from a suburb. She's like a super airhead. Okay. So I get it. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, cool. Remind you, it's about 3 months before I'm finna get out. I already know how I'm about to be. She didn't really know me like that. You get what I mean?
Maybe she thought you were gonna be finished.
Or something. I've been getting money since 2009. I met her in 2015, right before I went to jail. So she didn't really know who Bandman Kevo was.
No. I'm gonna keep it 100, Kevo. I thought when you came back out, you were gonna be done. I'm like,
nah, Kevo's over. For sure.
Kevo's. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, After what I said, I'm like, yo, Kevo a one trick pony.
Yeah.
In terms of how to get bread. Obviously, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, when he get out, he ain't really gonna get no money like that. Maybe he land on his feet, but it ain't gonna be nothing like that before. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that too.
No, for sure. She probably thought the same thing, but she was more worried about, are you really gonna be with me when I get out? And you know, a guy in jail, I'm just like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm just telling her whatever type shit. So when I get out, I'm cocky now. I get out. You know what I mean? I'm like, so look, I'm like, man, look, I'm gonna just pay you back for what you did type shit. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna rock out with you, but I'm still low key fucking with her a little bit type shit. So, you know, when you having sex with somebody, you know, the bitch end up getting pregnant. You know what I mean? Like, so remind you, before I went in, she ain't got pregnant. As soon as I get out, it's like, damn, you pregnant. Cause she wants to keep the baby type shit. You know what I mean?
This your first shot? Is your first shot?
No. I got other baby mamas. This is like my sixth kid. You know what I mean? So
shit.
It's like, but the thing about it is, you know what's so crazy is, bro. The thing about it is, she got some of the. She's spoiled because while I'm blowing up, she's connecting herself with me, right? So I'm introducing her. I'm basically paying for relationships. I try to pay Kayla Nicole to be her friend. I'm like, I'll do whatever for you to be her friend, trying to help this airhead grow because she only knows how to sell her body. So if a person doing all this for you, coming from your situation, you know what I mean? From everything that you've been through, you get what you try to.
She might not know though. She might not know that you're working your relationships and all that. That's making. She might just think that's her.
Bro, I think she think that's her. Like, let me just. I'm finna shock you with this one, right? So, okay, Kayla Nicole didn't work. She asked me. She like, so you really don't like me? Like, why you be gone for months and why you like come in the house, don't hug me, you don't have sex with me? Like, am I ugly? Like she just get to asking me weird shit or you texting me long paragraphs and shit like that. So I'm like, like I said, you don't remember all the messages from jail? Like, you forgot what happened type shit. Like I said, you have to think about all that. It plays a part. I don't feel like I could ever be that way with you knowing how you really were. Yeah. But I'm going to support you, take care of you, and help you grow. I told her that's real. That's a real guy.
That's real.
You know what I mean? And I said, I was like, you can have a boyfriend. I'll buy you. Bro, you better ask her. I said, you can have a boyfriend.
You told her she could have another nigga.
I said, you can have another nigga. I'll buy you a house in Texas. It was like $390,000.
Really?
Bro, just listen, please. I said, I'm gonna buy you a $300,000 house in Texas. And she was like, okay, well, don't be mad if, I get the guy and he got a platform and he's somebody too. Like, she was on some weird, crazy shit. And I'm just like, okay.
I could diagnose that. She's trying to trigger you. She want you to care.
And I'm like, but I don't care. She don't even know girls, like 4-5 girls in Miami got my tattoo, faces and all. You know what I mean? And she just don't know. So I'm like, okay, do what you do. She's like, okay, I need to pick up $5,700. All right, cool, boom. I need to pick up $1,000. Send me cash, I'd be $800. Like, just asking for a lot of money for some reason. So I'm like, what the fuck she need all this money for? Remind you, she said she was homeless. She has a Section 8 house in Illinois. So you're not homeless. You can go to your Section 8 anytime you want. And you're on food stamps. You feel me? Like, which is weird. So I'm just like, okay, like, what are we doing? She like, well, long story short, I found out my phone is hooked up to her phone because she's broke. She don't pay bills or anything. I see her email 16ShotEm because her page got deleted. She emailed,
Wait, how'd you say, like, y'all got like same iCloud or like she's on your plan type?
No,
shit?
she's on my plan, but I be on her phone type shit. I can see like her phone shit. You feel me? Because I never trusted her. Yeah, so I seen everything. So she didn't think that I seen it. I'm just like, shorty, I already know what you finna do before you did it. That's why it was so funny how I played, because first of all, I seen you and 16. I seen 16 under your comments or whatever. You and your dad reached out to 16 and said, hey, we want to expose Kevo. We want to do this fake relationship. We want to pay you for it and this and that. If it wasn't true, why would 16 risk his whole career? He risked his whole career for this airhead. Why? Outside looking in. She connected to Bandman Kevo. She got Rolexes. She got Benz trucks. Maybe she's smart and maybe she has money. You've come to find out you ruined your whole career. This bitch on the floor at her friend house, at her best friend house with 2 kids with no money begging for cash apps online. Her whole life changed just like that. Chasing clout.